No wealth for blacks by 2053. It is very disturbing. We must take this seriously. We must take this very seriously. A Pew Research Center had this to say. Most Black Americans say they can meet their basic needs financially, but many still experience economic insecurity. Most Blacks say their household finances meet basic needs with either a little or a lot left over for extras. Even amid an economic disruption due to, say, COVID-19, yet financial existence of challenges exist. Fewer than half of Black adults say they have an emergency fund, and some have taken multiple jobs to make ends meet, according to a recent Pew Research Center survey of Black Americans. You see, they told us, go to school, go to college, get a degree, you'll get a better job, you work for corporate America. Yes, excellent, round of applause. But after you have piled up student loan debt, you don't even make that much to repay back the debt. What kind of an education is that? Now, even if you don't have student loans, you can barely make your cost of living, your food, your shelter, transportation, paying your rent, clothes, because you need change of clothes. Even if you don't buy the most expensive ones, when the weather changes, you have to buy a new coat. You may have to upgrade. If you have kids, so many expenses go into raising kids. So as you can see, that the financial ball is played against Black Americans and Black people globally, so-called Black people globally. I think we need a wake-up call. The wake-up call has always been for us to pool our monies, create our own systems, create communities of inclusiveness, not exclusiveness, and just be an overall community of people who cater to our needs. The more I look at the West, and when you pay attention, you start seeing all those things that have always been there. We are always last, we are always down. In a system of much, plenty, abundant, we are always down. And this is not by accident. It's not by accident. I think we need to reassess how we spend and be producers more so than consumers. And I know it sounds good to be true, or it may sound like a sermon, but I think if we start reassessing what we spend, how we spend, where we spend, we may start realizing that the reason why other groups are well off is not always because they rig the system or because they find loopholes. There is some truth to that, but because they know what group economics is. Everybody comes in the so-called Black neighborhoods or communities. They bring their own businesses there, but we can take our businesses to theirs. We're playing the money game on the wrong side of the court all the time. We outspend other groups of people. We're constantly spending money that we don't even have. During COVID, the rich got less richer. Does not mean they didn't get rich. They were still rich, but just less rich. What happened to the average black household? It went down. Down. I think we need to reassess how we spend our money, where we spend it, and what we need to be doing to make more of it. Cash flow. Cash flow. We need businesses that bring in cash flow. And I know a lot of African Americans or so-called black people, we are all suffering from this white consciousness that anything white is better, anything black is bad. And that's why I'm advocating that we need to get out of this mindset of black and white. Because these are concepts that the Caucasians invented. They invented this ideology of whiteness and blackness to suppress, subjugate, dehumanize so-called black people. And then they turned the focus on them, which they classify themselves as whiteness, so that we can look at them and they see themselves as superior, better, profitable. Anything they touch is gold. As false as that sounds, it's reality. As false as that sounds, it's reality. And I think we need to just change. I always say change your behaviors. Change your mindset. Heal yourself. Change your situations. Collectively, as a group, black people will have zero wealth by 2053. If that does not scare you, if that does not call for concern, I don't know what else will. I don't know what else will. We must take this seriously, and we must find other avenues on this planet that we can stretch our dollars. Because America is going to always get expensive. I mean, even Africa is getting expensive. Look at Ghana. Ghana is getting very expensive. The locals there can't even afford to rent. They're clustered like sardines in pockets of Accra and other parts of the world or parts of their country. Nigeria is getting expensive. Most of these developers are asking that renters pay in dollars in some parts, because the local currency, you would need a lot of it to even buy food or rent or do anything. So people want your dollars more so than they want the local currency. I'm telling you, this is serious business. We need to pay attention. And they also say, black women are doing well. They're more educated. They got businesses, or they're working in Fortune 500 companies. Things are working out for them. I'm gonna read something to you. You're gonna be shocked. Let me read this. All right, listen to this. I got this information from Black Enterprise. Now listen to this. The statistics are even grimmer for African American women. Okay? Many reports have shed light on the dismal link between education and net worth. While black women are being applauded for being the most educated demographic in the United States, there is a harsh reality that undermines this acknowledgement. Net worth still remains low. Now listen to this. Hold on. Single black women with a bachelor's degree ages 20 to 39 have a median net worth of negative $11,000 to $0, while the white woman has a net worth range of $3,400 to about $7,500. Married black women with bachelor's degree ages 20 to 39 have a median net worth of negative $20,500 to about $7,000, while white women have a net worth of $18,700 to $97,000. Single black women with a bachelor's degree over 60 have a median net worth of $11,000, while white women have a net worth of $384,000. Married black women with a bachelor's degree over 60 have a median net worth of $424,000, while white women have a net worth of $778,000. So he says, what's the solution? We have to change the conversation from working harder to working smarter. The harder you work for someone else, the more taxes you are subject to pay. I'm not just talking about income taxes. There are lifestyle taxes that communities of color disproportionately pay that no one really talks about. So as you can see, this is serious, and we need to find a solution or ways, just like this gentleman in this Black Excellence website. Go to the Black Excellence website, type in, just look it up. You can look it up on the internet. It's there, you find it. Time is of essence. We need to find a way to diversify our locations. Just like you diversify your investments, you may have to diversify your locations. And Africa is calling us. Africa, Africa, Africa. Don't be deceived. A lot of white folks are going to Africa. They're not just there to vacation, but they're there to invest and build, because they know that's the so-called last frontier. But like I've always said, Africa is the original paradise, and the African spirit has already been risen. People are going to relocate more. Those who have relocated and came back to the West will later on regret it, because down the road, just imagine by 2053, you try to go back to Africa to go invest in something. You can't even afford it. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. We need to do it now, before 2030. Matter of fact, before 2030, because by then we won't be able to afford any piece of land in Africa. I hope this is something that touches you. If it's a video you feel someone else needs to hear or listen to, share it with them. Comment below. Beacons of light, just be it. There's nothing to it. In fact, it's the only way of being. Support black businesses. Guard your mind. Be the change you wish to see. Spend time with yourself. Spend time with your family. Keep creating and be great. Get the new books, 30 Days Journey of Narrative, Sailing Through Paradise, Mind Power Eternity, Transformation in Progress, Beacons of Light, 9 money pills that you should swallow if you truly desire to become rich. They are all on Amazon. I'm an author, support me. I'll put links of my books in the description. Click on them, read a preview. If you like what you've read, purchase a copy or two. Until next time, beacons of light, just be it. Peace and always love.